Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do another one of my videos where I help you all with your makeup questions and queries and problems, whatever basically. I've had so many requests for help in my Instagram inbox that I haven't been able to get through every single one. I don't know how the Instagram inbox works, but I get through like 10 of them and it's like, you don't have any more messages. When I go back in, and there's more and more and more and more, and they just keep adding and piling up. It just doesn't feel like I'm getting to them all, and it's quite overwhelming and annoying for me because I like to get things done. So for now, I'm just going to ask you all not to send me any more makeup questions to my Instagram inbox. Wait until I announce it, if that makes sense. If you're subscribed to me, you can see my community tab. That's when I ask for your questions, if that makes sense. You all sent these videos to me ages ago, so I'm so sorry. I've only just got around to them now. So let's just get straight into it and answer some of these questions. Let's start with the first one.
Hi Robert, I really need your help with something. As you can see, I have round-ended nose, and up until now I still don't know how to highlight or shade my nose. Where do I start? Where do I stop? I just don't know. Bye.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your question. You are so cute. So with your nose shape, you actually have already quite a contoured nose. Looking at you in the video, you can kind of see that you have this really nice kind of contoured structure here. And you actually kind of have like a natural highlight to the tip of your nose. Here's what I would do with your nose shape in terms of contouring if you wanted to contour. On the tip of your nose here, this sounds really weird, but I always get my two little fingers, and where the nostrils are, I kind of push up and I shade in those areas where my little fingers are here. So it's almost like you're creating a dip at the end of your nose. And then I'll do a tiny amount upwards. Don't do the whole U-shape thing. Just do like this and then a tiny bit like that. Don't contour here because you're already very contoured there. Level it out just by doing the tip of the nose. If you want to, highlight on the bridge here and then just do a tiny tap of highlight on the middle of the nose there. Sorry, on the tip of the nose there. But your nose is very structured when it comes to the brow bone. It's very slim and then it goes into that nice shape that you have at the end. So if you do want to shrink that a little bit, think about structuring it still as a nose. I know a lot of people just do a U shape and they're like, great, you know, but it doesn't look real. So do that little bit here, go right underneath the tip as well. That'll be quite nice because then that pushes up the tip, and then shade in those bits. I hope that makes sense. Okay, who is up next?
Hi Robert, it's Devi Datta from India. I would like to know a winter makeup routine, like because we get some dry skin around this time, and when I apply a moisturizer, then a primer, and then I apply my makeup directly, but sometimes I can still see those dryness in my skin. So do we have any oil or a simple makeup routine in winter? Because I feel in winters like how much I do, my face still feels cakey. So yeah, if I'm doing something wrong, please correct me. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I absolutely love winter, but oh my god, it ruins your skin. Like it really messes it up. So there's something I like to do when it comes to people that don't really know what their skin type is. And I'm not saying that's your problem because you're very aware that you have drier skin in some areas. Sorry, I nearly dropped my phone. But if I'm doing like a client and I've never met them before and it's on the day and I'm like, how's the skin? And like, I don't know. And it's the same thing with models. If I have to get someone ready really quickly, the way we do skincare, well, for me personally, my skincare changes. My morning routine, my evening routine are completely different to each other, but then they're also completely different from my routine when I'm going to wear makeup. If I know I'm wearing makeup that day, my skincare routine is completely different. In terms of dryness, dry areas, there's a few things you can do. One technique I really like to use is to get a moisturizer, just your normal moisturizer, and apply it like a face mask, not like loads. You don't want to see a layer. Just rub it on the face, but don't rub it into the skin. Give it a few minutes and then just see what areas have absorbed moisture. So you can see that because it will be shiny. There'll be like areas that still have cream on it, and they're the areas that tends to be oilier or don't need that much hydration. I don't know about you guys, but if I use a face mask that is for hydration. Certain parts of my face drink it up, like it's gone. Do this to yourself. Use all that cream. The areas on your face that have drunk and absorbed up all that moisture, apply more moisture. And in the areas where the moisturizer is just sitting, you can still see it, just gently wipe that off and then go ahead with your primer like normal. So next up we have a picture along with a message. It says, "Hi Robert, I don't know why my phone sent that heart." Oh, I don't mind a heart. "My eyes are so hooded and I've been wondering if there's even a point anymore in wearing eyeshadow or eyeliners. You can never even see the hard work that I put into it, so I don't see why I should use those products. Any advice?" I'll send 2 pictures while I'm sitting in a carpool. Thanks for your time. Perfect. So she sent along 2 pictures for me. Here's the thing with hooded eyes, and I'm going to have a hooded eye tutorial. I know you're all waiting for it. It's going to happen. I promise you. God, I'm shiny. Ugh. So what I have done is I've drawn on her eyes. So the first picture, you're going to see these dotted lines. And what I've done is I've lined up the lines with the eye, basically the coloured part of the eye. So they're all heading up in this direction. With hooded eyes, and especially in this case as well, in this picture, those lines are the direction I want to lift that eye in, if that makes sense. You'll see I have done a black line, and that represents either tight lining the top lash line, or applying a darker colour, or applying a darker colour along the lash line, and I've only taken that up to where the lashes kind of finish, just here. Then I've used a dark brown, and oh, by the way, this isn't me trying to draw makeup, this is literally patches of area, if that makes sense. The dark brown is going to represent the main color that you want to show, if that makes sense. So I can need to stop saying if that makes sense. And you can see I kind of done it in this way where almost like the tip of that product is going to meet one of those lines, and then the orange on the outside corner is a transition shade of your choice, and that as well kind of domes to meet the dotted line. So the reason I'm pushing it all in that direction is because it gives this lift, and that is over the hooded part of the eye. With hooded eyes, you almost have to draw on the shape that you want and take it step by step at a time. I prefer working darker to lighter with a hooded eye. I think you need to know what direction you're going in when it comes to color. You also notice on the inside corner I have kept that quite light. I don't want to darken any of that, because especially on her, it's one of the only areas you can really see that lid. So if we give the impression of the lid being there going into dark, it just looks like dark eyes, dark smoky eye, if that makes sense. If you want to do it neutral, then you can also just use neutral browns and do the same technique. So with a hooded eye, we're going to take that light highlight color, that really dark liner, a medium tone, and then your light transition shade. And like you would any other eye makeup, but we're going to use it in this method, in this way, and in that shape as well. And I think mapping out, I guess you could call it, where your eyeshadow is going to go on a hooded eye is the best way to do it. Work with your eyes open, looking forward. I prefer a flat eyeshadow brush to kind of tap in that shape, and then blend, tap in a shape, blend, and just keep looking back and forwards, angles, and create that shape that you want first and that color. Then you can go ahead and, you know, close your eye and add whatever you need to on the lid. Let's go to another video.
So, I have 3 questions in one, kinda. First question is, what is my face shape? So I'm pretty sure I have a round face shape, but there are times when I look in the mirror and I think square, but I don't think that's right. So if you can answer that for me, that'd be great. And then another question I guess I have is, how can I contour my face so that it does round when I smile in pictures, mainly for evenings out. I just notice a lot of the time when I smile in pictures, my face just looks like huge. So if you have any tips for like slimming a face down, like giving the illusion of slimming a face down just for photos, that'd be great.
Okay, so I obviously had a bit of trouble screen recording those videos there. So first of all, I told her she looks exactly like me, Lacuna, she gets it all the time. Face shape, yes, you have more of an oval face shape with a square jaw, if that makes sense. So I think it's difficult with face shapes because of course everyone is different and everyone has different bone structures, hairlines, things like that. You have this really nice strong jawline, you have these incredibly high cheekbones, you have these really nice plump apples of the cheeks, so you have everything in one face shape, if that makes sense. So when it comes to, like you said your face looks big in pictures, which actually is something you'll be surprised how many people say this, and that is because you have these really nice plump cheeks and you have these really high cheekbones. and you have that squarer jaw. So when you smile, everything comes to the forefront and it kind of comes in with contour. So on you, because you already have these amazing cheekbones and amazing apples of the cheeks, here's the kind of shape I would want to make on you. Would be from the top of the ear to the corner of your mouth. Imagine an invisible line there. And then I'm not gonna, say this is your cheekbone, I'm not going to wrap it round like this, because then that's going to push up the apples. It's going to push up the jaw. Oh, what am I saying? It's going to push up the cheekbone. We don't want that so much because you already have those features popping out. So I would triangle about here, like a cheese wedge. So that way when you smile and this all plumps up, you have these indents here. So you're going to get back that kind of like more structured face shape. Okay, so we have another video. Let's take a look.
Hi. For the past few months now, I've been having problems with my base makeup. My cheeks and my nose have been, I'm usually very oily, but recently they've been almost catching my makeup, and around it looks red, and then the bits the makeup cling to aren't very nice. I've tried everything: primer, no primer, beauty blender, brush, everything I can think of, and the problem just won't go away. I naturally have, like I said, very oily skin. But I'm not sure if it's winter or anything. I was just wondering if you can help me out. Thank you.
So this is kind of very similar to what I said earlier about the skin's needs when it comes to makeup as well. So you can use the technique that I said just before about the, what's it called? Skincare routine. Another option that would be really good is a hydrating mist or a setting spray with glycerin in. So glycerin is going to give you this really, it's like a texture that's between clinging onto the makeup, but also helps to kind of smooth out the skin. For example, MAC Fix Plus has glycerin, something like that. And I would use that before foundation when the skin is slightly textured. And I think when it comes to wearing makeup, sometimes we have to grab products from other areas that are meant for different things to help out our current situation. On really dry texture skin, lip balm is a really good product to use, not Vaseline, like a good lip balm. Reason being is because usually it has things that hydrate the lips, but also it creates a seal on the lips because it locks in moisture or something like that. So imagine that kind of effect on your skin. You don't want anything too greasy. Something like a Burt's Bees lip balm would be really good. Like a lip balm stick, like, you know, the really basic chapstick is a really good option. That is one thing you can do. Another option would be changing what you use on top, if that makes sense. So I don't know whether you're using a powder or something like that on top. Let me just give you an example of a situation I had once. I was doing someone's prom makeup and it had just been really hot here in the UK. I say really hot for us. She had been sunburnt, her skin was peeling away, all this kind of stuff. So I had to use a normal foundation, let it look like crap, but then I went over with a mineral powder foundation. She wanted a full coverage, but most full coverage foundations are made for oily skin. And then I used a mineral powder foundation on top of that, and it completely smoothed out the texture of the skin. Another thing you might want to consider as well is that your skin might be dehydrated. So this is me exactly. I am extremely oily, grease everywhere on my face, but also at the same time I'm extremely dehydrated. I get texture in the same places of my face, my nose and my cheeks. It looks like I'm trying to do makeup on top of sandpaper sometimes. Like, it looks really bad sometimes, and that is because I'm dehydrated. So I feel like such a mum. Water, things like that, especially in winter as our skin changes. I heard your accent. So here in the UK, we turn on our heating when it comes to winter. We turn on all this stuff and it becomes really effective on our skin. It really affects our skin, going from the heat to the cold to the heat to the cold. But honestly, lip balm is a savior sometimes. It's such a good product. Just normal chapstick, just wipe it on both areas. Make sure you wash it off though at the end of the day. Don't use it as skincare. It's only for when you're wearing makeup.
Hey Robert, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I had a question on how I should do my eyeliner. I have really hooded eyes and I don't know if I should make the eyeliner really thin or like thick, and every time I do it with like eyeshadow, it's always really hard because that's all you actually see inside the eyeshadow. So I was really wondering if you can help me out, or do I not put any eyeliner at all? It'd be really great. Thank you.
So this is something that I get a lot from people with hooded eyes, and it's kind of upsetting because people with hooded eyes and people with like maturer eyes tend to want to give up on makeup. There's always a way to achieve something on your eye shape. Always. I can guarantee we will find a way. So let me just zoom into my face and let me just show you. I spoke about in my first video of this, a batwing liner, and it basically goes up like this, across and down, and it's more for hooded eyes, or if you just want a really strong looking liner. But for hooded eyes, it's perfect because when you're looking down, it's a nice shape anyway, but when you're looking forward, it just looks like normal straight across liner. So let me just zoom into my face 1 second. Okay, so for a batwing, I'm just gonna follow my bottom waterline here, lash line even, and do a straight line out. And let's just join that up like that for now. So what we want to do next is, with my eye open, looking straight forward into my mirror, I'm going to come across straight like that. And then join that up to a tip. Then this is where it gets more batwingy. I'm just gonna bring this straight down and then fill in the gaps. And then we can just join that like onto our lash line. And then you can go ahead and take that the whole way across if you want to. So then that way, when I look straight forward, it looks like just a normal liner. When I'm like this, it looks more batwing. But that's the way you're gonna get that kind of straight across illusion almost. All right, guys, so that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed that and I hope it helped you. And I hope it answered some questions that maybe you have as well. Thank you so much for joining me. There will be videos more like this in the future. Like I said, hold off sending me the requests for now. I'll let you know what to do in the future. Yeah, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. Bye.